like most children, you want to know your dad. You want to know why you don't have a dad. You got school dances where it's father-daughter shit going on and you ain't got your dad, or people ask you about your parents and you got to tell people, oh, my daddy in jail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was excited more than anything to get to know my dad and the way that I expected for shit to go, but it did not go like that. Even now with me being in my 30s, like, I love my daddy. And it comes to a point where you just got to accept people for who they are. You feel what I'm saying? But same shit.
So what was that like? Like, I guess before you tell me how it was being there, what was that first initial, like, getting picked up from the bus station? Like, what was that like for you? Seeing him, hugging him, I would assume, I don't know. Like,
Initially, it was like a sigh of relief because I knew I was safe. Because I always been smart as hell, but I still had that nervousness and that paranoia because, number one, I'm on this bus with all these goddamn people. I don't know these people. I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here thinking somebody might snatch my ass up. You know what I'm saying? What if when I get to the next stop, because I had a layover, what if when I get to the next stop, the police waiting on me, they take me back to my mom? You know what I'm saying? So when I finally got to my dad, it was dark as fuck. It was late as fuck. Because even though Fayetteville is only 3.5 hours away, I think my bus drive was like 8 hours.
yeah, they stop a lot. You took the Greyhound?
I took the
So
Greyhound.
the Greyhound, it usually stop in Aiken. It stops 2 more stops before you get to Fayetteville. Yeah.
That shit was long as hell. It was
yeah.
like 6 hours, 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally, and my cell phone was dying. So when I finally made it to him, like, I was like, yes. And then I was just so happy, like, because my daddy hadn't seen me since I was a baby.
Yeah.
So he was happy to see me. His wife and her kids was happy to see me because all they did was talk to me on the phone. They never seen me before. That was the happiest I had been. Because once I moved in with Buddy, that shit had to shifted.
So talk about the shift, like, well, talk about the shift and also what was life like living in, this was in Fayetteville then, right?
No, it's Salemburg.
Salemburg, yep. So yeah, Salemburg.
We stopped at the bus stop here, but I think that the drive back was like 45 minutes to an hour to where they stayed. But my biggest problem is having expectations. And with my dad, my expectation was I'm his youngest kid. I'm his blood kid. I'm finna come. Everything I missed out on with my dad for all these years, we finna get a chance to know each other. We finna have a ball. And my stepmom at the time, because my daddy remarried after that. But my dad, my stepmama had 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. And my stepsister, who she's deceased now, she passed in a car accident, but she didn't stay with us. She stayed with her grandma. So we used to do teenager shit. You feel me? Nigga, we were around the same age. We were probably like, 6 months apart? We was in the same grade, everything. So it's like, when we got in trouble for some shit, I got in trouble for some shit. Because she stayed with her grandmama. So it wasn't really no reprimand to the shit that she was doing. But I remember, like, we did some shit. I don't remember what we did, but I got put on punishment. It was right before my 16th birthday. And I put on punishment, and I think my dad and his wife had took the kids to like the fair or the carnival or some shit like that and left me in the house by myself.
Damn.
And that was the first time I ever tried committing suicide ever in my life.
Was it because the punishment, or you just felt like they just left out? Like you felt like,
It was a lot of shit that went on while I was there. Like, one of my uncles had tried to touch me and shit.
Oh, damn.
So I went through that. I was there with my dad, but it was like I said, when we got in trouble for shit, I got in trouble for some shit. So I was the only one getting in trouble. My stepmama, like, used to just let her kids do whatever they wanted to do. So by me having mommy instinct and shit like that, I used to tell them, like, nah, you just walked out the kitchen with your plate on the table. Like, you need to go at least throw your food in the trash before you put your plate in the sink or before you leave your plate on the table. So she felt some type of way about me saying something to her kids. And then she ended up pregnant by my dad like 3 months after me being there. And I felt some type of way about it. And motherfuckers tried to kind of like paint a narrative of me like I was the demon child. Like, because my stepmama ended up losing a baby. You know what I'm saying? She had a stillbirth, but this was her second stillbirth. And I felt some type of way because I'm like, bitch, you done already had a baby by my dad that didn't make it, and you knew you had issues with having kids. So why in the fuck would you go get pregnant again and hurt my dad again? But even prior to that, like, you know, it was just throughout the course of the pregnancy, motherfuckers tried to make it seem like I was the problem. Like, I came from problems, and I come here for something different. And being grown now, looking on it, I'm like, shit, even if I was the problem, you got to look at what the fuck I came from.
Yeah.
And what I was going through. So when it was some type of rehabilitation needing to be done, but that wasn't the case. Like, I wasn't being treated like a kid that had been traumatized and going through shit. I was treated like the problem. So,
were you ever asked any kind of question like about like what you had endured or at home? Like, were you ever asked? Did you ever talk about like women and women like the step? No, damn.
no.
I guess I would have thought like, you know, as somebody who was, you know, bringing a child from another home into their home, it's like, hey, what you've been through, let's talk about some things. Let me walk you through some things. Let me tell you, you know, maybe what my expectations are, what I do here. You know what I'm saying? Also, I know how not to handle you or how to handle you.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and make it 100% bad, because about 10% of it was straight. Like, I played basketball while I was up there. I ran track while I was up there.
You did tell me you played basketball.
I did.
Yeah.
I went all that.
You told me that too. Yeah, you said that.
I went all that. And I remember 2 girls that was on my team. It was a girl named Isha Melvin. I think her name was Isha, but her last name was Melvin. And then there was another girl. I can't remember her name, but I remember playing on the team with them. But ultimately, though, my daddy never showed up none of my shit. And I remember having a athlete ball or some shit like that. And I remember my daddy
Sports banquet?
Yeah, sports banquet. That's exactly what it was. And my daddy dropped me off. He ain't never come to my track meets. He ain't never come to my basketball games. He never came to none of my academic shit. But my stepmama kids, he showed up for them. So it's like all of that kind of played a part into me wanting to commit suicide, because I'm like, damn, I could have stayed where the fuck I was if I was going to endure all of this shit here. You know what I'm saying? And my daddy didn't even know until years later about my uncle, which was his brother. He didn't know about that till years later. He didn't know about the suicide shit till years later. And the suicide shit really ain't work. I took a handful of Tylenols, and I ain't do shit but sleep for a long time. Thank God, because now I'm at where I'm at. But that's something about me a lot of people don't know. Like, I had insecurities because I always got picked on for being skinny. I always got picked on for the clothes I wore. I always got picked on for my gap. You know, it's just, I got picked on for a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So having to endure that, having to endure household shit, and what I already went through previously before getting there, like.
Yeah. I assume all that kind of have a way of toll on you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad, you know, I'm just glad you didn't do that, of course, or wasn't successful, you know.
I'm glad it wasn't too. I wouldn't be here.
I do want to talk about you leaving. Well, I do want to ask one thing before the leaving part. What reason maybe like why you didn't tell your dad about what happened with your uncle? Was it like a reason you don't tell him, or you just felt scared, or?
My daddy had already did over 10 years in prison. I just knew when I told my dad he was going to go back. And I didn't want that for him. But it's crazy because I remember, even though I didn't, like, meet my dad, my stepmom, her kids, and nothing like that before I moved up there, me and my stepsister used to talk on the phone a lot. And she used to tell me things about my uncle. And, you know, being a kid, you hear it, but you don't hear it. So being up there and actually having to go through that shit was different. And I was like, damn. Now I see what the fuck she was talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Did that make you scared to be in the house, like, with them? Or like?
My uncle didn't stay there. My uncle didn't stay there. He came to visit one night. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, in the midst of him trying what he tried, I knew that shit went right. I got the fuck up off me. But he ended up actually, I think, around the time I told my dad, my uncle ended up being locked up on some statutory rape type shit.
Damn.
And I think that's what gave me the muscle to be like, all right, I'm finna tell him. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was. Yeah.
It's just the irony of like the mother instinct, because like, even the mother instinct in you was just like, this happened to me, but I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to have it with my dad. I don't want my dad to go back to jail. I want him to be free.
And you want to know what the fuck the thing about it was like? I actually fucked with my uncle because Buddy could sing. And like he played a part in my musical influence. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks because I ain't talked to him since then. And I never talked to Buddy, so
I don't blame you.
He ain't nothing to talk about.
Music though. Let's talk music. So when did you get into music? Like, could you just mentioned that he played a part in it. When did you get music, and what was it like? Was it acting, singing, dancing, rapping all the time? What was it?
So I moved back to Augusta. I left from with my dad. I told my granddaddy like everything that was going on. Cause my whole life, my granddaddy was like my dad. So I told my granddaddy what was going on, and my dad and my granddad set it up for me to go back to visit for the summer, and I never went back. So when I stayed with my granddad, I stayed on the hill, stayed on Hilltop, and we stayed a street over from the community center. I didn't know nobody, nothing like that. So I used to just walk around the neighborhood. And so one day I just went to the community center, you know what I'm saying, and I met this girl named Breezy. Her name Caitlin, but she went by Young Breezy back then. And she was younger than me, but we just clicked. Like I did, we clicked and stuff like that. And so I used to go to her house, and this is back when MySpace was popping, LimeWire was popping. We used to be at the crib, you know what I'm saying? And somehow the topic of rap became a conversation amongst us, and she was telling me, like, I had a whole notebook. Like, I'm always writing. My brothers didn't be making music. Her uncle, was his name Buck or some shit like that. Martin Flowers, because they Flowers. Her family Flowers and DMX. So me and her got to hitting it off, and we wrote a song and shit like that. I'm like, shit, my uncle be in the studio. Shit, I'm finna talk to Unc, see if he can get us in the studio or whatever. So I hit my uncle up, and I'm like, Unc, I want to rap. I want to rap, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he like, but if I put you in the studio on my face card and on my name, like, you got to go write a song or something and let me hear something. So I wrote a song or something like that, and I remember my grandma, we don't got the house no more, but I remember my great-grandmama house, like, Aunt pulled up, shit like that. So he's standing in the yard, I'm rapping that shit to him, whatever. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember the lyrics, I don't remember nothing. But he was like, all right, bet, you feel me? And then from there, like I said, MySpace days, I used to work with this dude named Mr. World Famous, and me and him ended up working because he was doing a contest amongst the high schools, I think it was, and he was trying to see who could make the best song for their high school, and whoever it was, he was gonna fuck with them, yada yada yada. And I didn't make a song for no high school or nothing, but I ended up telling him what I was trying to do, and my uncle ended up talking, and he ended up being my producer, my engineer, my publicist, like everything in one. Like my videographer, everything. And that's when the Lady Cameo got born.
Yeah, so your first name was, you said Lady Cameo?
Yeah.
Why Lady Cameo? Just because you're a woman, I assume. That's one, but...
That's my real name is Cameo. And by it being a group out here named Cameo already, I couldn't just go by Cameo. And then, so we was like, Lady Cameo. He was like, no, we got to put the in front of it because it announces you like it's like the one and only. Like,
so the Lady Cameo.
That shit's so corny, gang.
That shit kind of ass, I ain't gonna lie.
That shit is buns. That shit is buns, bro. No cap. But yeah, that was my first artist name.
Oh boy. I gotta ask you because we're on the topic. I don't miss it, but like, she started laughing.
Because I know you finna answer some funny shit. What?
No, your name Cameo. Like, it's not from the group then.
It's not from the group. It's from the jury. If you go type in like a cameo pendant, it's like a silhouette of a woman's face, like a side profile of a woman's face. And my mom used to work at a jewelry store, and she said she seen a black one. And when she looked up the name of Cameo, it meant like to be unique, one of a kind, hand carved. There's no other piece made like it. And by me being her first child, she was like, hell yeah. Now my daddy like to say he named me. He ain't never gave me a when, where, why, how. I'm gonna go on my mama.
Nah, clap it for Mom Dukes, man. You go on Mom Dukes, man. Her story is way more appealing.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck what Mom Duke said. Straight up.
I like that.
Yeah.
You have to, and this is on the tangent. I know we ain't talking about it right now, but you did have to say last time that your mom did poetry or something like that, right?
Yeah,
she wrote and stuff
my mom
too.
used to write poetry. My mom was a night owl, so she used to stay up all night long, and she used to have notebook. And my mama got some of the prettiest handwriting, to the point where I used to couldn't even, like, when it come to cursive, superb cursive handwriting. Like, her handwriting is some of the prettiest, neatest handwriting I ever seen, but I couldn't really read her cursive like that. But I used to come across some of her notebooks and shit. And my very first time, even before I got into music, I wrote a poem, and it was called Beautiful. And it was some shit like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty could be young or older. And that's all I remember. But, like...
Clap it up. Snap it.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But I started out doing poetry first, you feel me? But from having a mama, uncle, a cousin, everybody like that, like, I had an uncle, he was a deacon at the church, he used to sing and shit like that. So, like, my family was always kind of... My mom used to sing. She can't sing as good as she used to, but my mama used to go blow, you know?
That's dope.
But, yeah, that's where that shit came from.
All right, and so you come back home, or you come back to live with your grandfather. You come back home, you go on the west side, right?
I was on the west side.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Right.
Hey, me too, shit. Fucking Patriots. I never liked them.
Well,
I'm an Eagles fan.
I'm just asking, what was that like?
Big Eagle. What was like, going to the west side?
Yeah, it is just...
Okay, so this is the thing. People just think Augusta is just this sweet ass fairy tale masters golf made ass city, and it's not. It's not. And when I was staying on the hill, I used to hang with these girls. And I knew these bitches were gangster when I seen Shawty put a blade out her bra, her mouth or something. I don't remember, but like, I used to hang with these bitches. I used to fight all the time and shit like that. And I wasn't really no fighter. But I'm like, all right, my mouth was smart. I'm with whatever y'all with. You feel me? Shit. You feel me? And I seen that one day, but like, me and one of the girls, we ended up getting into it about a nigga or something like that. And I had a homegirl named Kaisha at the time. And I don't know what the fuck Kaisha at. I ain't seen or heard from her in over 10 years. But she stayed in Lake Armstead. Now in the car, Lake Armstead and Hilltop, like right there.
Yeah.
Walking?
It's not, yeah.
But I think this particular day, I walked to meet her halfway to meet me. And on my way back, I ran into one of the girls that I used to be cool with. And I think previously she seen me sitting on the nigga porch or something like that. But see, let me tell you something. Baby, I had just got a relaxer. And it was raining. So he let me come stand on his porch and kick it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't get rained on, you know? And I don't know if Shawty thought I was fucking with her nigga or something. And the nigga, I know who he is too, but he locked up now. But like, you know, so when I came back and I'm walking with my homegirl, like I see Shawty and the gay nigga like walking together or whatever the case may be. And she's holler some bullshit at me or whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, we fighting. You feel me? And like...
All right, yeah. Who won?
Oh, man, big Cammy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, shit, I want to say like a week or so later, it was like tacky day at school. And I remember this because, you know what's crazy? Because people say when it come down to fashion, history repeat itself all the time. And you know how now we be wearing them big fluffy slippers that's made out of teddy bears?
Yeah.
I had some Pooh Bear slippers like that.
Just like that.
And I was an AP student, so my book bag was hella big with thick ass books in it and shit like that.
Clap it up for you being smart.
Yeah, smart motherfucker, you feel me? I talk on these bonnets when I want to. But yeah, so like I'm walking back to the house. I get off the school bus, I'm walking back. No. I'm with Kaisha. No, I said, okay, I fought Shawty when I was with Kaisha. So then fast forward like a week later, it's tacky day at school or some shit like that. I got the Pooh Bear slippers on, big ass book bag on and shit like that. And my bus driver at Westside was the same bus driver I had when I was at Tubman, Miss D. So Miss D knew me, you know what I'm saying? So I fuck around, I hop off the bus, I'm walking home from school, and I just hear a whole bunch of commotion behind me. And I turn around and I look, it's like a whole neighborhood of motherfuckers behind me. Let me tell you something. I'm a real nigga, bro. And anybody that would have stood there and let a whole neighborhood of people beat their ass, you's a damn fool. Bitch, I ran. And I swear to God on my baby, it's the only time in my life I ever ran for anything. On my daughter, only time I ever ran for anything. I ran like fuck. Because around that time, that was around the time it was, I don't know what it was in the news, but it was a bunch of kids like fighting and dying or they fall, like hit their head. Like it just was shit going on. Bitch, I was not finna be the next one. So I was running and stuff, and then my neighbors, them, they see me running, they see not people behind me, they like, get in the car. And they're like, y'all see this little ass girl? It don't take all y'all for this little ass girl. Y'all dead wrong. But I don't know if they knew it or not, but like a little bit down the street, on the other side of the street, it was a house where you could cut through. You feel me? So I'm telling them like, y'all, they might have walked that way, bitch, but them folk might hit the cut on my ass. I'm not going. You feel me? So they drove me down the street to my people crib, and my great grandmama was like, because my granddaddy stayed with his mama, and she was like, shit, I done raised all my goddamn kids. I ain't got time for this shit. And so shit, my granddaddy sent me to go stay with my auntie.
Now we back to auntie. Now I do remember you saying that it was the jumping in, and grandma was like, hey, look, man, you too hot. All right, I don't know what you did, but you can't do that shit over here. I
got time for this shit. It ain't.
And so you lived with your aunt, and then your aunt, that's that by Butler? Was that over there? Is that where you went to Butler?
She still was in West Side area.
Oh, West Side. Okay, still.
She still was in West Side area, and when I stayed with my auntie, it wasn't bad because my cousin, she's like a year and a half, 2 years older than me. So at the time I was at West Side, I was in 11th grade. So my little cousin, like, she way younger than me. Her and my sister around the same age, so I think she was about like 11, 12 at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, one day, my first time ever skipping school when I stayed with my auntie.
Yeah. Why?
Auntie, I don't know if you know this, but my first time ever skipping school when I stayed with you, Shawty.
Why you chose to skip when you stayed with her? Like, why her? What was it about her schedule?
It ain't nothing to do with her. Oh. It was more so like my school schedule. I had the same teacher for 2 courses back to back.
Yeah.
And I had a substitute teacher. And like one of the niggas I was talking to, like, he had a car and shit like that. So he like, shit, come pick you up. So I'm like, all right. So he came to pick me up. When they got something to eat, and then we went to the mall. He bought me a pair of shoes, and then he took me back home. And so my auntie was on some shit like, why you get back home earlier today than you normally get home? I'm like, oh, I rode home with one of my friends. And so then a little time after that, I got caught with a nigga in the house.
Same dude?
Huh?
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah.
It was a nigga from the neighborhood, but we wasn't doing nothing. We literally was not doing nothing. He was on one side of the couch, I was on the other side of the couch. We was kicking it. Auntie walked in the crib. I was like a deer caught of headlights. My cousin and her homegirl sitting on the steps. Like, I felt like the hoes set me up. I don't give a fuck to this day. I love my cousin. Bitch, I feel like you set me up. Tori, nigga. I feel like you set me up, nigga. But yeah, so my auntie, when she caught me in the house with the nigga, like, she called my uncle on some shit like, yeah, I'm gonna need to send her with you for a week till I calm down. And I guess her ass never calmed down. I guess Aunt Tanya never calmed down, baby, because I stayed with my uncle till I graduated. You hear me? So yeah.
Oh boy.
And Westside was cool. It just like, that's when I really got into my music shit for real. Yeah. And I was in my little colorful phase, and I did bullshit.
That's right now, because I did. Somebody had asked about that when I posted you on my story last time. They thought, yeah, I remember I went to Westside. It was like, I don't know if it's true now. They said you performed at like the pep rallies. You would do stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I did.
Oh, you had school pride. You were turned up for Westside now. Come on now.
I performed at Westside. I remember performing at Seagull. I used to perform at
Seagull. That's what she said. Seagull. It was Seagull too. Yep.
And I used to perform at the skate rinks and all that shit. I used to do all that shit.
Yeah. Well, but that takes a certain level of like bravery. You wasn't shy to do that? Could you say you shy?
I am, and it was weird. It was weird. Like, it just was weird because outside of me doing music, I didn't have my own identity no more. So because of the type of music I used to make, because Mr. World Famous used to try to like promote me to a younger audience. Even though I'm like 16 years old, like, this nigga trying to promote me to kids. You feel me? Like, oh, that's where you gonna get your buzz from, because they're the ones that's really listening to the music. So it was just weird. Even when I finally got the Butler, like, they used to be like, oh, you that girl that be rapping. But it wasn't like, hey, Shawty, you rapping shit you hard. It was like, oh, you the girl that be rapping. Ha, 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 ha.
Chill. That's how niggas be for real.
That's how the fuck it was. Rap song, spit song right now.
That's just funny because that's
Bust
like how that
around.
shit
Let us
goes.
hear that shit. How you was, John? Break it back, clear, bubble gum. I hated that song. I hated it. And when I got a chance to try to delete all that shit off the internet, I tried to delete all that shit off the internet. And then Mr. World Famous had some shit that he just ain't deleted. It's some shit still out there.
That's funny.
It's some shit still out there. Very much embarrassing. However, it made me who I am.
Oh, you had some projects. You had real projects back then too. Like, how would you rate? How would you rate your rapping back then?
Listen, that shit is not it. That shit is not it. That shit is not it, gang. It's not it.
Oh boy.
Not it. Like when you playing tag, you be like, not it, not it, not the fuck it. But at the same time though, back then it was it.
Yeah.
Back then it was what it was supposed to be because everybody was like fucking with it. Like it got me booked.
Yeah.
It got me booked. So shit.
Damn, that's dope. Okay.
And we talking about 2009, 2010.
Yeah. So the song was like bubbly song, like just some kiddie like play kind of songs. It wasn't Gotbarz songs, right? It wasn't Cammy Gotbarz.
I always had bars though.
Oh, okay.
Like I did a remix to Waka Flocka, Oh Let's Do It. And I listened to this shit like, cause if you look long and hard, you can find it. You gotta do a whole lot of digging.
Yeah.
But I had bars. Never went nowhere, bro. Never.
Chill.
Never. That shit was trash though. Like the chorus was like, I got that jawbreaker. I got that jawbreaker necklace, bubblegum bracelet, pink, yellow, green, blue, every color pastries. Because that was back when Russell Simmons, them kids, had dropped the pastry shoes. And I guess I was trying to make something be a fashion. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Like, on the floor.
Good times, man. Good times.
Baby.
Good times. It got you booked though, right? So at the time, it was something. But...
And they was doing a little dance because we had a little dance too. They was doing a little dance.
So hold on. So you go to Butler. They say, hey, rap that song. Rap that song. And they about to drive your ass out.
I was so embarrassed because, listen, during the time I was going to Butler, baby, them folks stayed in the news.
Yeah.
They stayed in the news, bruh. Like, riot here, riot there, fight here, knife here, gun there. Baby, listen, I wasn't no thug then. I was a nerd, baby. I was not one of them. So, like, when I stayed with my uncle, I told him, like, hey, look, this my senior year. I don't want to focus on nothing but my grades.
What class you from? 11, 10?
11.
Okay. Yeah. So
yeah, there's a lot of real niggas graduated from Butler in 11. You feel me? Yeah.
We'll clap it up for you.
I don't know what year you graduated, but a whole lot of real niggas graduated in 11. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm a little older, but yeah.
Tight shit.
I seen y'all.
Oh, this ain't about you.
Yeah, it's all about Cammy and about Miss Gotbarz said, you know, pastries.
It ain't about Maine this time. It's about okay. Listen, we're not gonna talk about them pastries no more after today. I don't give a fuck what they comment. I don't want to hear it. I don't got no response.
Hey, tell them what size you wear in case they might want to send you a pair. They might want to send you a pair of the shoes, so just let them know.
I'm gonna donate them to charity. I don't give a damn what size you send them in. They're gonna straight to charity. I promise you.
Oh boy. So, talk about Butler a little bit, like, because that's where you met your husband at too. So, like, talk about Butler and what that was like outside of course, you rap.
Man, after all that shit blew over, like, I don't know if because I was fucking with who I was fucking with, but folks fucked with me. Majority of the was smart, and a lot of them used to cheat off my goddamn paper.
Yeah, you were super smart then.
Mm-hmm. They used to cheat off my shit. Yeah, I was in AP classes then too. But I mean, shit, Butler was great though. I had a good time. I can't talk no shit about it. Like, from A.R. Johnson to Lakewood, the West Side to Butler, like, Butler probably was my best high school experience. I mean, I be feeling out of place at homecomings because I only went for 1 year.
Yeah. But you went a lot of places for 1 year, so. Like,
I went a lot.
So you might need to get a jacket with every school patch on it and just say, hey, man, this is,
you know what? I don't think nobody done did that. I'd be the first to do it. No Soulja Boy, you know.
Yeah.
I'd be the first.
Just get you a little MTTM on the bottom, you know. So,
What does it stand for?
More than a master's. Yeah.
I might.
I'll hook you up. You know what I'm saying? I go half with you in a jacket. I ain't
All
gonna wear
right,
it. Though.
all
I go half
right,
with you in a jacket,
then. You talking now. You talking.
Oh, so talk about because you're doing music and stuff. You meet your boyfriend at the time, turned husband, but he also rapped as well. So how did y'all
Yeah.
meet? Talk about that a little bit.
I don't really remember like which